This episode of Capes and Lunatics is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. Get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
This is Luca Burke, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics Podcast.
Hey, this is Tim Steele, and you are listening to the Capes and Lunatics Podcast.
Diggity dank.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Nightwing News. I am Phil. Joining me, as always.
Hi, I'm Kristen.
Oh, look who showed up to the party. Just in time.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Hello, Lilith.
And that's right, everyone. And it must be episode 69 because Lilith is here.
Naturally.
But Lilith's only a dark void.
That's how we do around here. Sorry.
Don't keep stuff you hear my boyfriend say. Anyway, yes. So tonight we're just reviewing classic issues, Detective Comics 879, 880, and 881. The last issues of Detectives before the dark times. But that immediately
before times. You're doing the before times. It's always good.
Oh, look at the fancy.
Let's get ready.
But yes, I told Kristen we have Ray feedback, which she's never been privy to. So,
oh, you're in for a treat.
Wait till the end of the episode. Yes.
Okay, cool.
I got the picture and everything ready to go. She's like, wait, well, what feedback? She's like, did he write you? I was like, oh no, we got voice.
Exciting.
She said, you want to hear the accent? I'm like, yes, we do every time.
Obviously.
Boing.
Oh yes, we have drops of him too. So, of course. What's a good one, love?
Bubble boo boo boo.
That's the catch-all.
What the F? No. What the F?
That's the one.
That kangaroo eater. Anyway.
I'm sorry. Did you say he was a kangaroo beater?
Eater.
Eater.
All right, so.
To my heart.
All right, so we just. Why can't I never be serious when Lilith's around? Yes, Detective Comics 879.
All right.
Oh hey,
Whoa.
hey, look, who's that? It's a little fun. It's a little fun to see.
I wish 2020 has been a year. I'd settle for it.
Guess we see someone being led out of Arkham because it's a revolving door.
Only if you're a man. Apparently,
Ooh.
according to Punchline, she's getting the death penalty. Joker's just gonna be out in 2 weeks.
I think actually in this case, less than 2 weeks.
I don't know.
He'll be out in about 2 hours.
Poison Ivy.
That's like California turner. That's like Los Angeles County turnaround time.
Burn.
You sure Bloodhaven isn't in California? Are we sure?
Then we see Leslie telling Jim Gordon, "Oh yeah, your son's the best."
Well, he seems like the best. But Jim doesn't believe it, so he swipes some of his pills, and he's going to have Barbara test it. And he says, we have to keep this in the family, Barbara. Even though...
But don't let it be a death in the family. Hey-oh.
It's not yet.
Suck it, Connor.
Then Joker venoms everybody because...
What else is new?
He's
He's
secreting
Joker.
toxin from his pores because why not?
How else are we going to get a Batman who laughs?
You shut your mouth.
But the big reveal in this one, of course, is what did James Gordon Jr. do with his medicine pill?
What did he do with it?
He reversed it. So instead of it making him better, It's making him worse.
No, he's a Gordon. That's just how that works. They're secret Osborns.
Oh, jeez. What? You forgot who he was?
We forgot who he was. Hey-oh!
Oh yeah, because we see Jim and talking to Barbara about this jug.
Yeah, and now he's going to probably try to put it in baby formula. And Jim goes to confront him, and another mystery is resolved.
Why does he need pills? I mean, the Gotham tap water will just do half the job right now, or
Oh, maybe the EPA has cranked up their game.
In Gotham, never.
in the DC universe.
They can't even get rails on chemical bats. What are you talking about?
All right, well, Phil, you said the Gotham tap water will do it half, so James Jordan has to provide the other half.
Well, true.
Anyway, the other thing is, the other big reveal, he finds the key to the science kit.
The skeleton key.
So, looks like James Jr. killed Barbara's summertime friend after all.
He's just a dick bab shipper like the rest of us. I don't hold it against him. It's fine.
Yeah, he kind of is at the end.
I love how it sounds like since you have to be so quiet, it sounds like you're telling a little kid a story, and then he put the drugs in the water supply.
Oh yeah,
That's a Gotham bedtime story for sure.
yes. Well, I'm at my parents' house, and my nephew's in the next room, and he's asleep. And my brother was like, "If you wake him up, I'll get in trouble."
Aren't you down in Florida?
No, they came up to Ohio.
Okay, I was gonna say if you were in Florida, I was gonna say you got reinforcements a car ride away.
Yeah, I know I was in Florida in the summer, but now I'm in Ohio still.
All right, now we'll have to roll out to Tyler Patrick. Okay. Little James Cole comes up to your door. So that's the whole issue.
That was a whole issue.
Yes. No.
Wait,
Okay.
This is definitely modern comics.
Yeah, true.
Well, because mine's in like the big
Yeah.
book, so I'm never quite sure where the issues.
But we didn't get any Batman. The best Batman in this issue.
Yeah, that's hashtag sad. But then we get this creepy.
Oh yeah, 880. Of course, you can't end the continuity without a battle with the Joker.
As we're
I
learning
know he doesn't
in
really.
2020.
Yeah, I guess that is just because.
Was that a political commentary, Will?
It's a double entendre, sir. Double entendre.
Or
Works
what'd you
both
say? I
ways.
missed it.
You can't end the continuity without a battle with the Joker. She's like, yeah, that's what we're learning in 2020.
True. Yeah, Phil's the only one. Phil's state intervened to save us. Ours didn't, Lilith.
Yeah, exactly. Finally, Pennsylvania steps its game up after 20 years missing in action.
I think that's our official like state motto. It's like we're not as bad as Florida.
I think that's Arizona.
That's everybody's motto.
Oh,
I can't disagree. Florida knows.
But Florida's motto could be, "We're not as bad as Gotham City."
We're getting there.
All right. Yes, I was going to say, do you think it is just because the Joker is the Joker? Because, I mean, I don't mind it, but the Joker does feel a little shoehorned in.
well, especially
Welcome to the Batman family post 1999.
99. I'd say it's before that.
well, especially the last year or two after that movie was like won awards. They're like, oh, we got the book Joker and everything.
Then again, a Joker movie has won some more awards, so it's not going anywhere. And as much as I give grief to the hot topic Joker that is Jared Leto, that sells Joker merch, truly and honestly.
But yeah, definitely after that movie, it's like, oh, we need 50 Joker miniseries every month.
Who does he think he is? Deadpool?
Oh,
Jared Leto was a crap Joker anyway.
Oh,
I mean that's not controversial.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, unless you're a 13-year-old girl, it's not controversial.
Not anymore, thank God.
But I like this. I like these Jokers. You know, they have. You know, they're not trying too hard.
Again, New 52 wasn't too bad.
They didn't know
Oh,
what to
yeah,
do
and
with
I don't-
anybody at that time. They had all those mandates. Everybody kind of knew what was coming. So
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah, and I
spinning
mean, it's
wheels
not-
and giving fans what they want.
I mean, and I suppose it does make sense because isn't part of the point that they were a little bit setting James Gordon Jr. up as Dick's Joker? So I guess it does make sense that the Joker's in there. Although at the same time, it also feels like, of course, we have to shoehorn the Joker in because this is a big.
He even messes up his own mama.
Well,
I
we
mean,
don't
that's
know
classic
that.
psychology right there.
We're supposed to think it's the Joker that gets to Barbara because the Joker gets out, but it doesn't entirely make sense because why would the Joker care about Jim Gordon's ex-wife? I don't think he really does.
Well, why would he care about his daughter? But he did.
Well, he knows. He's always known who Batman is. So
Well,
thus
yeah.
he knows the rest of the Batman family. Hashtag fight me.
Again, as you saw from what I put up yesterday on social media, Lilith, I was reading Death in the Family yesterday. I mean, he knew by that point. I mean,
Yeah, and they just didn't want to say, but we all kind of know. Joker's not as crazy as he claims to be.
I
He
mean,
does that as a shtick to get out of Arkham every 2 weeks. It's fine.
that whole story after he kills Jason, every time Batman sees him, he's like, "Oh, it's your fault, Jason, Jason, Jason." It's like, and then remember Nightfall, he's beating on him. He's saying, "Jason, Jason." It's like, well, yeah, no wonder he's gonna figure out who you are. You yell Jason every 2 seconds.
Exactly.
Well, yeah. Plus, it's not that hard.
Well, that's how Ra's al Ghul figured it out. He was like, who are guys rich enough, nearby who, could afford Batman?
Would actually care.
and
Yeah, who's rich and buff? There's not that many people.
has that chin, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. Depending on the artist, Batman and Superman can be twins, just different eye color. Just-
Hey, didn't they didn't they dress like
But
70s?
Clark Kent doesn't live in Gotham.
Unless you go by the Frank Miller school of thought, where Metropolis is New York City in the daytime and Gotham is New York at nighttime. It's the only way it works.
That's about the only bit of Frank Miller thought I can agree on. I think that's kind of a jazzy thing, but everything else for Frank Miller, I'm like,
Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Sin City's good. He's got some great Marvel stuff.
He just lets his ego get in the way sometimes anymore.
I am God.
Quantum Zone drop?
Like, yeah.
Slow down. We need this for drops.
I love this artwork though.
Oh yeah.
It's so atmospheric and broody and pulpy. I love it.
Really sets the mood, yeah.
I like when Gotham is its own character. I really enjoy that.
Yeah, just like the lighting and everything really sets the mood and stuff.
Oh yeah, they're definitely going pulpy noir kind of things in the background for sure.
Although right here, like Dick looks a little too much like Bruce.
He's become who he hates the most and loves the most.
No.
That's how I take it. He's destined to be Batman, better than Batman even, some would say. Tim Seeley. So, I get it. It's a choice. It's an artistic choice. I get it, and I like it.
I think it's hard when you're not drawing Bruce to differentiate between. I mean, because that's part of the joke. Bruce Wayne's always bringing in boys with brown hair, blue eye, or black
Unless
hair,
you're
blue
Jason,
eyes.
then you have to dye your hair. Can't be the
Right.
redheaded stepchild.
Or you get reinvented and you have black hair, but then you get the white strip in it, which also differentiates you.
That just puts a target on
Or you
your
can just drive a badass red car. That's how I prefer to be differentiated.
back. Yeah, we don't know how.
But really, motorcycle. If you're an ex-Robin, really motorcycles are where it's at.
No, Lilith has enough trouble with cars.
She's spent time in Florida. She knows it's my fault.
That's true. That's true.
So again, is Gordon like hinting around that he knows who Bruce and Dick are.
Of course he does.
I
He
know.
knows who Barbara is. Plausible deniability. He is the commish,
That was one of the best parts of that Injustice comic when Barbara said something about being back, and he said something to Barbara about, I know you're gonna go out and do this. Oh, Dad, how did you know? Because I'm a detective.
Or to quote Quentin from Arrow, just because you're dressed up in leather and lace doesn't dissolve your identity completely, or something to that effect. I'm not dumb.
Exactly.
And then, oh look, oh the rich guy, the rich eccentric guy's running around again in his suit. Okay, everyone, play down. But oh look, got Batman playing detective. Well, the greatest detective, Dick Grayson.
Remember when the Bat family was smart? Remember that's what we cherished the most.
Again, that's movies, comics, whatever. That's the best Batman stories is when they're being detectives.
Yeah, I think the movies tend to rely on gadgets much more than the comics and less detectiving. But sometimes they act stupid, and then sometimes they're just too ridiculously smart. That they're
we don't need the Sherlock Holmes syndrome.
Yeah, they're like, I can hack anything in 5 seconds. Blah, blah, blah.
I'm in.
The movies, it's like, oh, I traveled the world. I traveled all over the world so I could figure out the best gadgets and how to beat a man in 250 different ways.
Right. Yeah. It's like, I can figure out how to beat a man using a stun gun. Boom.
There's a drop.
My preferred thing is bear pepper spray. So
there you go.
Slow down. We need this for drops.
He knows what's up.
Anyway, Dick finds the Joker, and the Joker's all like, "You're not my Batman, blah, blah, blah. You smell like feathers. You're a little bird."
I know. What was this, Tim? He's like, yeah, they chased the Joker Venom. He's had 50 different versions of it that we know of.
Honestly, I can't believe it's only 50.
It's like kryptonite at this point.
Joker's really resting on his laurels with only 50 versions.
That we know of.
Okay.
There's a warehouse somewhere.
Yes. Just full of 51 through 1,000.
Some people paint, some people sculpt, some people create different deadly toxins.
Yes.
But
no, that's just by having a chimichanga night. Hey-o! Sorry. We have a professor in our midst. Forgive me. I tell Charles to be on his best behavior when we have professors. Excuse me.
Yeah, I was gonna say real professors. Come on. This formula is actually less deadly than the most recent versions of the toxin. It's mixed with a refined. Oh Lord, it's mixed with a refined alcohol. Okay, so the killer's Lilith.
Allegedly.
I guess that should be our hint that somehow the Joker, somebody else provided it for him because they had to buy an old version. Maybe a version they got from the dealer.
Ooh. It's subtle enough. It's not an anvil completely on your head.
No.
They're not treating us like we're two.
No, it's
holding our hand.
I mean, it's Scott Snyder, so it's actually a halfway decent mystery. But because the whole thing with James Jr. the last couple issues, it's just been like, okay, is it him? Is it not him? He gives you enough doubt that.
Yeah, no, that part's been really good.
It's not like the Rose, though.
What?
It's not like the Rose, where we just literally was like, oh, thanks. Marvel reference. I apologize.
Who is the Hobgoblin?
Gobble gobble.
So is this Gotham or Seattle? The space? What was that, Space Needle?
Isn't that where Barbara is? Isn't that her new clock tower or something? Gotham is all cities and all things.
In all ways.
Everything. Yeah, do you remember from the animated series it has a harbor, and then in that one where Alfred has to fly out to find Bruce, it's right next to a desert, and it has anything it ever needs.
Oh, so it is California. I was right.
It's just like a microcosm of the whole world. And then, though, as Dick is beating up Joker, and Joker's like, "You idiot! It wasn't me."
Wait,
Realize
he
For a
follows.
Joker
change.
was a distraction.
He follows him into the sewer. Yeah, he's basically like, "Yeah, I'm gonna take a nap till New 52, kid."
When he says it wasn't me, that's when Barbara, the mom, wakes up and is trying to tell Jim it was my son who attacked us, which is the same time that Barbara is about to isolate. Oh no, Barbara's watching the foot. Oracle Barbara is watching the footage, and she realizes, nope, there's my brother. Which also
My
happens
dark
to be
architect.
which also happens to be the same moment that James breaks into her clock tower. And that's the end of that issue, isn't it?
With him standing there, yeah.
Left with a cliffhanger.
But yeah, just
What's the cover? Is this the
More
cover?
like
of
a neck
the
choker.
individual issue?
that's the last one, yeah. But no, just the Joker in the sewer. Just he's like, oh, bats have
That's-
flesh between
That's
their
Killer
feet.
Croc's territory, first of all. So I don't appreciate that.
You smell like feathers, little bird. What's next? You gonna call him Dicky Boy?
No, he just calls him Rick and goes, "Hey, what happened to your mullet?" That's more Joker speed.
No,
Maybe sometimes at this moment the Joker doesn't. Sometimes I get the feeling that the Joker doesn't really care about. He likes knowing Batman's, but he doesn't really care about it. And I think he doesn't really care about the identities of the other people until he's thinking, how can I use these identities to get back at Batman?
Well, that's what got me with Joker Wars when he was like, "Oh yeah, I know who you all are." Before and every other story. I mean, Lil Florence come up. It hasn't Joker's usually like, "I don't care who you are. This is the real you." That Batman.
He knows that. Like
Yeah.
he knows Batman better than most.
He's like, "I don't want to know what that silly little face under the mask is." And then this is the real you.
Exactly.
But I think he
it
knows.
takes the love of your life to tell you who you are. Going back to that Legends of the Arrowverse conversation.
Yeah, I imagine he knows, and he probably doesn't care because honestly, it's probably a little bit disappointing if you're the Joker to actually know who the person is underneath because
and he
then
doesn't
it's
know
less,
who you are. That has
Yeah,
to
and
hurt
it's
a little
less-
bit.
but it's less. I don't want to say magic. It's less mysterious, and you can imagine Batman as like the perfect whatever. But then, as awesome as Bruce Wayne is, he's not perfect. So then, once the Joker knows, there's always going to be like,
No, the Joker's like, he's just as crazy. Bruce is just as crazy as I am. Look what he does at nighttime,
Well, remember Batman Beyond Return of the Joker? I mean, he was like, "Oh, just like a kid who peeked at his presents before Christmas." It's sadly anticlimactic.
Yeah.
exactly.
That's why I like the Joker when it's a good take on the Joker. I don't just like, I like when Joker's kind of smart, but he plays dumb. I like that Joker.
It's kind of like when a book you really like is made into a movie. Inevitably, it's a little anticlimactic because there's always something they do wrong.
Usually, well, for that case, it's at the beginning of the movie when you didn't need to add anything, but you chose to do that. I can't believe Bruce Timm did that to us. I can't freaking believe it.
What, Killing Joke?
Yeah.
Then I can't
I'm
believe
still-
Bruce. Then I can't believe Bruce Timm did that Harley Quinn and Batman movie to us. That was also an error.
He's been a secret Harley dick shipper for a while, so that actually didn't surprise me.
Really?
If you like why he like de-aged Harley and Ivy to be around Batgirl's age. Like if you go back and watch the Red Skies, it's there.
The Red Sky.
The Red Sky seasons, post-season, yeah.
The last season of the
Oh.
series, yeah.
Oh, yeah, there is that one episode where they... No, wait, that's in one of the comic books that ties in with that, where they kidnap him. Is that what you're talking about?
No, just the hints of things that he wanted to do but knew the fans would lose their poop over. There's lots of hints if you go back and rewatch that last season. It's a mess.
Wait, do you mean the one that is the third season, the Batman the animated series, or the one that's the new Batman Adventures series?
Like where they changed the looks for like all of them. Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry. Oh, I see. Okay, you're saying the one where Dick is Nightwing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I like that we got the Nightwing, but
I don't like that series.
Everything else was kind of questionable.
But I don't like the animation as much on that one. But
it was hard to believe everybody was the same. Like everybody, like the producers, everybody is like, we just changed it for poops and giggles. Okay.
Mm-hmm. But we could talk more about this. We should actually talk more about this next episode.
Oh,
absolutely.
I'm watching those.
Yeah, Lil.
But I'll have to keep that in mind. Yeah, because I didn't really pick up on. I haven't actually seen every episode of that. I've just seen the Nightwing episodes because I don't like the animation and I don't think the episodes are as good. Some of them are good, but some of the stories are not nearly as good.
I can concur with that, Professor.
All right. Well, I'll get watching it. The other ones from the more bubbly version of animation. I've seen all of those episodes multiple times.
Yeah, we're covering 2 animated series episodes next time.
Nice. You just gonna talk about them, or you gonna do like a little live commentary, or what are you guys doing?
We're just gonna talk them.
Because we can't
to troll you in the comments.
Well, yeah, go ahead. Pretend it's the Quantum Zone. Troll us. Go ahead. Unless you want to show up.
We'll see.
Yeah. Show up and explain to me where I guess I need to watch for Nightwing Harley shipping. That really is weird to me, though, why he would do that. But also, I thought it was weird that there was sexual overtones and it was a PG-13 movie, but some of the jokes were so childish. It was as though we were watching 2 different movies.
Well, that's the Harley factor as well. I don't blame you if you haven't read any of the Harley books, but it's very heavy on the beaver jokes, things like that. So I definitely think they pulled that kind of aspect into it as well. She's not the Harley that Bruce Timm wrote. She's the Harley that Amanda Connor and Jimmy Pomodi wrote, and then kind of put it in the Bruce Timm animation vein of animation and universe.
I see.
Well, that's my theory. Like in the comics, I think they're trying to make Harley and then like their Deadpool over there.
Unfortunately, and Harley, I love smart, educated Harley who just, lost her way.
Yeah, the way she was originally on the animated series, she was pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely an anti-hero. She was like, a villain with a heart of gold, and we've kind of lost that, and it's a shame. I have lots of thoughts of how people have ruined my childhood. Lots of thoughts.
People always do.
But yeah, these were great issues. Like I said, the before times. I agree with Phil.
Especially we actually get some way more Batman in the last issue.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's get to it after our...
Oh Lord, no! It's the cord needle, as in Ted Cord. Oh my God!
Hey, you leave Ted alone.
I didn't know he had a space
He's
needle.
so neglected. I love scientific geniuses that are neglected in the DC canon.
Didn't he have a crush on Barbara or something? Is that why he gave her a building?
He's like me. He loves redheads. Leave him alone.
I mean, if you're a scientific genius, why wouldn't you have a crush?
And, he's actually made money from his inventions. For as smart as Bruce says he is, he can't show it to the world for whatever reason. So at least Ted Cord's doing something with his money and his talents, other than beating up crazy people.
Bruce Wayne's like Tony Stark. No one else can have my technology, only me.
Although doesn't Ted Cord also beat up people? I mean, isn't he what, Blue Beetle?
Yeah, but he doesn't beat up people as badly.
A few people do, I think.
He makes you laugh while he's beating you up. It's kind of like Spider-Man.
Exactly.
Nightwing might make you laugh while he's beating you up.
Now you're just staring at the butt and get distracted. That's what happens with Nightwing.
Whoa.
All right, then.
But yeah,
let's get back to...
Well, yeah, Barbara's missing, and yeah, Jim's telling Batman, he's like, "Oh, she knew the whole time it was, James, and I didn't listen to her."
And then we see James Jr. making what turns out to be his fatal mistake. He's monologuing like all true supervillains.
Just once, have somebody learn the lesson.
I swear, you cross that Gotham City limits, and your IQ drops.
Well, you drink the water, probably. You go to a restaurant, you forget to take the ice out of your drink, and boom, Gotham's revenge.
One thing so he's yapping, bloody McBlah. One thing, thankfully, it could have been tedious, but thankfully they didn't totally go that way. But when near the end of his monologue, when James Jr. finally says, "I did this, but this time it isn't about you," I was like,
Burn.
Because I was like, "Are we serious? This story had been going so well, and now you're about to throw a fridge into it."
Man pain.
Exactly. But thankfully, even if James Jr. thinks it's not about Barbara doesn't need anyone to save her.
Self-rescuing princess, or as I like to say, yes, queen, slay queen.
That's right.
Even though he put 2 knives in her legs.
Well, she's not using them anyway.
Oh!
Right, but she can't feel them, so that's how she doesn't
Exactly.
know. But he has them in the femoral artery, so he's gonna let her bleed out.
Say, you can still bleed out, though.
I know.
But again, they monkey with the timeline here, because he's like, oh, he's talking about the first time they met, and he's like, oh, it's right after Dad and Sarah took you, and I'm like, nuh-uh.
Yeah, yeah, like you said, Sarah's been around a lot longer in this story than she was in the 90s or whatever.
Justice for Sarah, to be honest.
Another Joker victim.
Gotham was on the right track, and then when they all comes down to Sarah, just saying.
But anyway, James is all like, "I knew it was you. I know it's you. I saw you smiling." And then he gets to the point and where it ties in and why we had the Joker in here, not just because why not throw the Joker in. I think it's because out of all Barbara's friends, you were the one who always seemed the most different from me. But then, yes, go ahead, Phil.
I was gonna say, just a lot of monologuing and them, with knives out.
Yes, like a true psychopath, he explains how it turns out people who have empathy are the weak ones.
Wait a minute. I feel personally attacked.
You should. Anyone who's a decent person should feel personally attacked by James Gordon. Because he's trying to say that we're the losers. And that he is superior and more advanced. And that's just not true. There. He actually, then it's later. He says, "I saw the Batman smiling, and I knew it was you. Not Bruce." So he paid the kids to go mess with the birds. Then he made friends with the dealer. We don't see it happen. We just have to accept it.
Is he even a reliable narrator?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's one thing. What do you think, Phil? I think there must be 2 stories going on here, because I guess I could buy that James Gordon, James Jr. Yeah, certainly, okay, he had to pay the kids to go mess with the birds. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I guess the dealer thing, because he wanted to, but the Sonia Branch thing is a separate storyline. I mean, he never takes any credit for any of that stuff.
Yeah.
But I wasn't.
Maybe, because he even says, he knows it's Dick, because I guess he figured out Bruce was Batman, and he's like, wait a minute, those early Batmans we were discussing, it's like, yeah, Batman's on the news and he's smiling.
Right.
That must have been one hell of a Peter Parker shot. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just saying, I guess it kind of makes sense. I mean, James Gordon, he's a psychopath, so it would make sense that he would perhaps be interested. Well, and it does tie in. He needs to know the dealer because that's obviously how he got the Joker toxin that he then puts in with alcohol, so he smuggles it into the Joker. But I guess, I'm thinking that the Sonia Branch and the dead whale stuff, that is a separate thing.
Yeah. I mean,
I
Tiger.
don't think James Jr. orchestrated that.
No, I think that was Tiger Shark. But I mean, you never know really what he was doing behind the scenes though. He might have put an idea in people's heads and.
Right, but I don't think he claims credit for it, right?
Mm-mm. Oh, but yeah, like you said, he was talking about the dealer, and he's the one who pulled Dick to safety.
I guess that'll work because they just kind of end it, and he's back home, and we know he jumped. We just don't know where he landed.
It is a city of nightmares, and I'm yours. I love him. He's like, yeah, I'm the face you see, and I'd be like, man, you don't even crack the top 10.
Basically.
You're so ugly. You think you're the face that I see?
Oh.
But then this is where it starts to redeem itself after I was thinking, oh, Scott Snyder, did you just throw a fridge into this? Then after yappity yap on James Jr.'s part, now he's like, oh, I have someone to kill. Oh, you loser. You were too slow.
Yeah, because seriously, I think it ups the suspense because it's like, yeah, this is the last issue before New 52. So they could have.
And we all know what they could have done to Babs again.
They could have killed everybody. It's
Yeah, that's true. And then Superboy Prime could have punched the universe and reset everything.
Why does everybody like to hurt me so with that reference?
That wasn't this time though. It was Barry Allen this time.
It's always Barry, really, secretly.
Don't remind me. Oh, sorry.
Run, Barry, run!
Always that.
It would be funny. It would be funnier if it was Run Forrest Run, because sometimes his choices are questionable.
James goes to look for Barbara, and boom!
Yep.
She punches him. Yay!
Right in the face.
She's not in the fridge.
Oh no, with the knife. What was that with the knife? Yeah.
Ouch.
You weren't using that eye word. Oh, did she miss the eye?
I think it's on the edge of his eye.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can kind of see his eyeball like next to the knife.
I think it's like on the side of the socket or something.
But I just love.
Thank God for glasses. Thank God for bad eyesight in the family, huh, James Jr.?
Really, it really saved him.
I just love when he goes back to get her. He's all of a sudden, guess who's behind him? Can I play too?
Yes, sir. Yes, you can.
Dick basically folds him in half. Boom.
Awesome. And then we have our last moment of pre-New 52 shipping.
But I just love how Babs was like, "How'd you find him?" Because James was high, had her hidden. He's like, when I had lunch with your brother, I put a tracer on him.
James was right. I am a softie, and I do try to see the best in people, but that doesn't mean I'm stupid.
I was raised by the world's most paranoid man. What do you think?
Really
Exactly.
Most suspicious mentor. And then somehow Dick carry. Well, I guess he's Batman. Of course, he has a bat cauterizer in his utility belt to just the wounds. Dick, don't let him get away. Don't worry.
He's about to have a Gotham moment of his own.
James Sr. is on the scene. Bam.
Shooting him, yep.
Shooting his own son.
Questionable, by the way.
I don't know. Papa Jim doesn't mess around.
Oh, is that the same bridge we went off as a baby?
I think that's a different continuity.
I don't know. I think wasn't year one towards the end of this.
Oh, I thought you were talking about something in one of the Nolan movies.
Yeah, no, it was year one. Yeah, no.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm not letting you go. Never again. And then we have our moment of levity for this one. Dick trying to take something apart. Come on, you little piece of Damien.
And the world cheered.
Nobody likes Damien.
Although, can we talk about how he's a better dad to Damien than Bruce?
Oh yeah.
I mean, Dick, obviously. I mean, that's not like a discussion that you need to have. It's just obvious.
Yeah, I guess Dick's like closing the place down because New 52.
Closing time.
It was kind of like in half the books. It's like, oh yeah, they kind of make a meta commentary. It's like, yeah, we're shutting down the continuity because like here, and then remember those Justice Leagues we covered.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah,
broke my heart, honestly.
Dawn of Troy. I wonder if anyone will remember me.
Not for a while, sister.
I was gonna say not for at least a year.
Well, we remembered. The Dido didn't.
Well, y'all know.
Yes, we know your thoughts on the Dido.
Everybody's thoughts. They're free to say them. That's all. You hit them right in the face with that sack.
And then again, before they erase Jim's memory of who the Bat Family is, he says, I want to thank you on all fronts. That's a wink.
On all fronts, yes.
He knows what's up.
And then they're talking about, did James get that chemical into the baby formula and everything? And it's just like, oh, I guess we got to wait 20 years and find out.
Yep, because that's how they end, with a creepy looking baby.
Yeah, that baby either has gas or it's gonna be a psycho. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you're supposed to think maybe this baby's become a psychopath.
I know. But babies make faces.
That's true. That's why they're leaving it up. Is this just regular baby weirdness? Psychopath.
Somebody will come back to it because everything matters, so that means nothing matters in DC continuity.
Oh yeah, everything.
Like it's official. That's the line they're towing, and I'm a little disappointed about it.
Grant Morrison will pick it back up in a couple years.
Well, didn't they say there's like going to be like no continuity here soon? So
everything's ultimates. Write what you want, do what you want. It doesn't matter. That's not how comic books work.
I don't know.
It's not the draw of that. For me, that's not the draw of a comic book, but that could just be me.
They're trying to bring in new people. Again, does anyone care if there's
kids
like
can't even afford college? They got, you think they're going to choose their Starbucks over a comic book over Starbucks? No, no.
They can spend all their monies on the video games and the alcohol, right, Lilith?
Exactly. I mean, you got your Starbucks, your alcohol, your video games.
Soon they'll have legalized weed.
Everywhere, yeah. All right, I'll take it. I mean, the states are going to need that money, like it or not. So, but yeah, sad times, man. Good story, but sad times.
So you like this because I know Kristen liked it because it was like Dick Grayson story. But did you like it, Lilith?
Yeah, I just I like the use of the Joker. Like I said in this one, it was gratuitous a little bit, but it worked for me. Oh. That's the Joker in general. Every appearance nowadays is just gratuitous. It's been like that for a while.
I mean, too, they did. I mean, it was kind of clever because they used him as a red herring. He could have been behind the whole thing, but it was just like, oh no, being set up.
Well, and since they want it to be, maybe James Jr. is the Joker to Dick's Batman.
Oh yeah.
And then we never heard from him again.
No, he showed up in issues of Batgirl. He just, wasn't there was it the Batman Who Laughs?
Burnside, you mean?
No, I mean, well, he might have, but I mean, he was in the Batgirl books not too long ago, and then him and his dad were in the Batman Who Laughs miniseries? Yeah.
That continuity really doesn't count. Just so we're clear.
No. It was actually, I mean, it was crazy, but it was in regular continuity. Batman Who Laughs was trying to make Bruce into another Batman Who Laughs, and it's just.
His will's too strong, sir.
Remember when Batman used to like punch punch regular criminals in the face. Now you got like other dimensional evil versions of himself. You know,
Join us. It's what you really wanted all along.
I feel like I would be more upset meeting evil, other dimensional versions of myself. Because I'd be like, no, in some versions I'm bad.
Well,
you
this
voted for
version,
who?
you're the most evil. Sorry to break it to you.
You voted for who?
Yeah, that's true though. What if I meet all the other versions of me and they're really awesome? Then I'm like, I'm the bad one. That's true.
Well, come on, let's be honest. We've seen this universe. This is the mirror universe. I'm pretty sure this is the mirror universe. Sorry to break it to you, kid.
All right, so Lilith, should we show Kristen what it's like to get
Get a little taste of down under. Throw the shrimp on the body.
Oh God.
All right, he's more of a Marvel than DC fan, so we're really going to get an honest opinion, although he's usually Mr. Sunshine. But yes, for Kristen and for those of you who may not have ever heard, our friend Ray from Australia and also a podcaster. He hosts a few shows like Last Sons of Krypton, a Superman podcast. Yeah, A. To Know Her is to Fear Her, a Spider-Woman podcast. You can hear him on the Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks the last Tuesday of every month, talking Scarlet Spider with me and Matt Kona.
Sausage fest.
You had your chance. All right. Anyway, and but the one he's most known for, the Cape Crusader, not the Batman, but he hosts Into the Night, the Moon Knight podcast.
See, we're getting so much better with every one of them.
I know. All right.
Good job on your definite articles there.
Oh, thank you. Yes, that's how he tags himself. All right, so what do we got? Ooh, 6 minutes exactly.
6 minutes?
Oh, yeah. He's full of... Oh, you know why? He used to send us like 2 or 3 minute feedbacks, and Lil complained that wasn't enough, so...
Yeah.
Lilith is a slave driver. So yes, here's 6 minutes of Ray. All right, Ray. He'll be like, this was interesting. All right, here we go.
Hello, you batty people, and we are the Bat. This is Ray.
Oh yeah, he thought he was
I'm
doing the other
dropping
show.
in some thoughts for Detective Comics 879 to 881. A trilogy to make up a story that admittedly was quite good. I love the darkness to it, and I'm always a fan with Francesco Francavilla on art and colors. It's just, oh man, I really do love colors and seeing the panels pop out of the page.
Colors
with Francavilla's art was just phenomenal. I really did enjoy that part of this comic. Now, a few things as well. I guess I had to play a little bit of catch up. Number one, I didn't realize until towards the end, or the middle to the end, that Batman was in fact Dick Grayson. And there was a Red Robin as well, who I'm assuming was, I think I did read a Tim. Is that Tim Drake? So another iteration of Robin there. But that was surprising. It proved to be, I guess, quite important towards the end of the story with James. And also as well, there was a little confusion on my behalf of Barbara, because there were two Barbaras. So when that first Barbara, who was Barbara, the older Barbara, when she got the Joker toxin, I thought that was Barbara who was meant to be in the wheelchair. And it's kind of like, hang on, I thought she was meant to be in a wheelchair. But after having figured all that aside, overall, I think the story was really good. As I said, very dark. And just I'm working backwards here. The things that really popped out for me was the first thing was James's interaction with Barbara when he kidnapped her towards the end, telling her about, or she telling him about him adding those two blades to the matchbox and slicing the bus driver when they went off to camp, basically talking about how psychopathic he is. So that was quite, grim. But then, my gosh, him unraveling or revealing that he'd actually stabbed Barbara through both of her legs in some important arteries, which, if you take out, should bleed to death. very, very gruesome and dark stuff. Again, I'm not too familiar. Like Marvel doesn't do this sort of dark stuff unless it's really in the Max realm. So very surprised to see it here. But I've got to say, it does really add to the atmosphere. Being stuck right through it, so I guess it missed everything somehow. But it did give off a very scary and again psychopathic sort of vibe. So enjoyed seeing all that, and towards the end as well, something that you typically would expect, maybe that he would have been put down by his dad, him falling. I was expecting him to fall over the bridge and disappear in the water, and that kind of trope. But I like how Jim caught him and said he's never going to let him go. I like the whole fact that his son, and again, this is all very new to me, is a psychopath. And it was fun in the beginning to see kind of Joker be the sort of kind of like he's the what is it, deterrent. He's the one that you think is behind it. I kind of did pick it
Red herring
in the sense as well that it wasn't the Joker behind it, because we got a bit of a build up at the beginning about James, and then he disappeared for I think either the second half of issue 879 or the first half of 880. So he had to factor in there somehow. So yeah, it was kind of not obvious, but it was not much of a surprise when it was revealed that he was the one kind of behind it. But still, the portrayal of the Joker was very, very scary as well. I just like the dark nature of it. So I really enjoyed this 3-parter. The cover to that second issue, 880. I've seen it featured, in a few places. So that must be kind of like a semi-popular or semi-famous cover, at least, of the Joker. But really enjoyed it. I'd give it a solid B+. I certainly would have loved to have seen more Francesca Francavilla, potentially do it all. Not that I didn't like the other artist, but and he did a great job. It's just that I didn't really see the purpose of having the two artists chop and change. Actually, having said that, no, maybe Francavilla did take care of the James aspect of it, and is it Jock, the other one? He did the more of the Joker aspect of the story. So yeah, okay, fair enough. I can see that kind of rationale. But again, I'm just a big fan of Francavilla. I would have loved to have seen it all done by him. Anyway, a B+ for me for this. This was a very solid 3-part story. And I'm looking forward to maybe reading more of James's stuff, because he certainly looks like a calculating, evil character. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. I'll catch you later.
Oh no, Lilith! Now we're gonna have to cover more James stuff on We Are the Night.
That's fine, because I kind of miss him. I feel it was an interesting twist. They could have done so much more with him. So I don't mind. And it'll take somebody going, "Hey, whatever happened to that kid? I have a good story to tell." So,
like I said, he's been around in Batgirl for a while, and so he's been floating around. See, look, you scared Kristen off.
Sorry.
Cool, I'm here.
All right. So anything else? Because hey, look, we hit the big time. We got feedback now here. We had Tyler for a couple weeks. Now we had Lilith.
I'll see you at the next 69 milestone, and I will show you in the comments definitely next week for the animated stuff.
See you at episode 169. Hello.
Oh boy, only 100 more.
See you later, Bunky.
All right, so send your thoughts, because next week we're doing what is it, Old Wounds, and what is that, Cat Scratch? Is it Cat Scratch Fever?
You scratch my back.
Oh, okay. It's the Catwoman episode, right? Yeah. So, yeah, send your thoughts on those. And, hey, be like Ray. Send some audio feedback. Email us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember to follow Nightwing News on Facebook, Twitter. You can find links to all of it. Go join the Bloodhaven Bulletin, our Facebook group. Find links to all of our fast social media, links to the YouTube. Go subscribe. Links to the merchandise. Links to Patreon. All in one convenient place. That's Linktree, linktr.ee/capesandlunatics. And remember to support our sponsors, Tweaked Audio. Get yourself some Tweaked Audio. Hear this suspenseful story in HD sound. Or be like the Bad Family and go get Hunt a Killer. Why, Lil?
Because Michelle Gray needs your help.
That's
and
right.
It's a pandemic and you should be at home. And what's more fun than family time in a escape room in a box?
That's right.
Kristen, you need to hunt a killer.
Oh, yeah, you're with the family. Yeah.
All right, I will see what I can do. See if I can find any.
And go on Amazon and pick up Pod Life the book, now in digital and paperback, Volume 1, audio version coming soon, and Volume 2 coming soon. And if you are one of those learned types who likes to read the books, go pick up Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder. If you're a fan of this podcast, you'll definitely be a fan of that book. Put together by a genius, a mad woman, I don't know, but because whoever she is, she doesn't like to do her own plugs, so. And when you go get all of that and more on Amazon, use the link for Southgate Media Group right down there in the show notes. Help us support this show, the network, and that psychotic madman, Rob Master Doom Southgate.
Make it rain. So says Master Doom. Come on, Phil, say Gotham.
No. All right. But a woman who loves doing her own plugs, Lilith Hellfire, where can people find you?
Oh, if you nerds want to hang out with me on the interwebs, you can find me on Twitter at Lilith Hellfire. If you're into memes, at Lilith Hellfire69 on Instagram. And of course, be a part of my TikTok gang at Lilith Hellfire69. Duh.
12 when you need me to be 12. I never disappoint.
Never. All right. See, she never wants to do her own plugs, and she's even hiding now. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us, Lilith Hellfire.
It was a blast. You guys are so cute.
Well, at least half of us are. I'm telling you, it's like story time. Look, she's sitting in bed. She's like, "Here, kids, let me tell you about a psychopath named James."
Don't grow up to be like this person.
Don't drink the water, kids.
Don't play with knives.
And make sure you're sending in feedback for the right show, right, Bray? I'm sending it in for the Batman show. I told you to read more Dick Grayson, right? All right. But until then, come back next time. Same wing time.
Same wing channel.
Like we do. Keep flying, Grayson.